why intersectionality matters. This is what I want to talk about to us today. One of the crises that women of color face in the struggle for gender equality is that we have since made the argument that for women of color, gender equality is not just simply a matter of being a woman. We've made many arguments why, as women of color, something called intersectionality must be considered in our conversation for equality. This is the main difference between women of color's conversation and struggle for gender equality and white women's conversation and struggle for gender equality. So a white woman struggling for equality is only struggling, and I mean it's kind of a unilateral struggle, unidimensional. But for us, women of color, we have always made the claim it is multidimensional. And the funny thing was how much pushback women of color get from white feminist spaces and white feminist oriented gender equality organizations when we make this argument. We are beat down and say it's not true. We are told certain things we cannot talk about because they say, no, how does that affect gender equality? Because you know what? The voices they have been used to listening to for gender equality are white women's voices, and white women's voices never spoke about these things. So how come you're telling us that in order for you, a brown or black woman to have gender equality, you got to talk about these things? No, that's not right. You're going off base. So here today I want to talk to us about another person in the scriptures who was intersectional, and how this same person faced a certain kind of pushback against community when this person tried to demand equality in a space to be heard, but in a multi-dimensional way. So you all know who I'm talking about, right? Have you guessed it? Yeah. If you haven't guessed it, hey, I give you a clue. His name starts with a J and ends with an S. And if you're going all Hebrew, starts with an I and ends with an L. So Jesus, Emmanuel, the Messiah, the Christ. In the history of the church, and when I mean the church, the organized church coming to be formed